see the upper level winds allowing this system to really dig further toward the south. We do have some drier air here at the base of the trough, but we're looking at a lot of moisture ahead of this main area of low pressure here. So those upper level winds will continue to help saturate the atmosphere, providing better conditions for seeing some widely scattered showers and maybe even a few strong thunderstorms during the afternoon. Now, the threat for those storms are somewhere around 40% as we get into the lunchtime hour. And then as we get into the evening, a little bit closer towards sunset, those storm chances and rain chances will be building as that line starts to develop out toward central Texas. So we are going to be monitoring that severe weather threat. So let me take some time here to give you the latest of what we know. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has just issued an update a few minutes ago, right around 7 a.m. They will be giving these updates frequently, every 5 hours or so, because we are seeing the high probability of severe weather, especially to our north. Now, we are no longer under those hatch lines if you tuned in yesterday, meaning that the significant severe weather potential is no longer with us here in southeast Texas. However, don't let your guard down, because we are still in an enhanced risk, meaning that severe thunderstorms are still possible. We're talking damaging winds, gusts over 70 miles per hour, isolated brief tornadoes, as well as the potential for some hail. The more south you go, that chance has lowered, but you can see here in this area of red from Lufkin up toward Shreveport, heading into southeast portions of Oklahoma and in through Arkansas, the Arklatex, that's where we're going to see the widespread strong to severe thunderstorms later on this evening. Now, our threat for storms is still very high when it comes to damaging winds. As that line gets a little bit closer towards southeast Texas, we're going to start to see those winds veering. Shear is what we call it, and that could lead to some spin up, some rotation of those thunderstorms. And so we are seeing a moderate risk for isolated tornadoes across our area. Quick moving system, so street flooding is not going to be a huge issue, but you know, areas around the loop that normally flood with just a little bit of rain could see some minor ponding, some minor street flooding. So we'll keep a close eye on that as well later on tonight. Now, the severe wind probability, this is a product that the Storm Prediction Center issues and allows us to showing the areas that we could see the highest threat of those damaging winds. Right now, we've got about a 30% chance of seeing some of those very strong winds, a little bit higher the further north you go, and lower the further south you go. The tornadic probability is not zero, but it's also not too high. We're right now at 5%, a little bit higher up toward the north and lower down along the coastline, so you know the trend. Now, you can see that the severe hail potential is right around 15% for us here in Houston, but if you're headed out towards San Antonio, Austin, and Waco, right where that line starts to develop, there may be some hailstorms that might impact your travel. So keep that in mind as well, especially if you're going to be traveling once the sun sets in the dark. Could be a little bit scary for those of you that have never encountered those hailstorms during the evening time. So just be prepared that you could be dealing with some very high impact weather over the next 24 hours. Now, Future Track is showing that a lot of moisture in place could lead to some widely scattered rain showers. Nothing too severe, at least as we get into the afternoon. Latest computer models are favoring anywhere that we do see a thunderstorm popping up on the strong side could be north of I-10. But by 10 o'clock, you can see the line very intense up toward the Dallas area. And then you can see that the line of heavy rain and storms is not quite as strong as it moves further toward the east toward Houston. We're anticipating that line to hold, broken up a little bit on the south side of this front, and still very intense out toward the northeastern parts of Dallas and also making its way toward Shreveport. For us here in the Houston area, prepare for that line to move through right around midnight, continuing until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then pushing off the coastline of Galveston between 3 to 4 a.m. So this is going to be a fast-moving system. Many of you will be asleep while this this is happening, and hopefully you don't have to be outdoors because, again, the severe weather threat is heightened, especially during the nighttime hours when you can't see the storm. We've got some very strong winds that are blowing into the storm system at this hour. We're talking 10 to 20 mile per hour sustained winds and even gusts closer to 30. These gusts are going to get stronger, especially as that front approaches us later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Once this front blows through overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we've got improvements in our forecast. A couple of dry days, but expect some chilly, windy weather on Saturday. It won't be until Sunday where we start to see those winds letting up. And then, yes, you can expect that wet weather will be returning for the upcoming week. I'll be returning after we talk to Catherine to answer some of your questions. So think of some of those questions. But Catherine, like I mentioned, it is nice and quiet right now. Yes. I hope that doesn't allow people to get their guard down, because all of this is going to start happening later on tonight once the sun sets.
Yes, I know a lot of people are trying to head in on that Friday morning to get you through the day as we look ahead to some really less than ideal driving conditions later on this afternoon and this evening. So just like Alita has your weather forecast, I've got a traffic forecast for you. Now, right now, weather is really not impacting your drive too much at this hour, but I want to move you throughout the day into your afternoon and evening. So it is Friday, TGIF. I want to remind you that we do have an earlier rush hour, so an earlier start to that heavy traffic, usually on Fridays compared to other work days. So by around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got that school traffic in play, the earlier rush hour, and that's when you start to see the possibility of storms, as Alita was mentioning. So just keep that in mind as you make your plans to be out and about this afternoon. By 6 o'clock, you know, the rush is on, that Friday evening rush hour in full effect by 6 o'clock. And yes, we're still seeing the continued threat of storms at that time, although not as bad as what we're expecting when that line comes through later on this evening. But just remember, for those of you maybe heading out of town, trying to get into weekend travel, you're going to see extra heavy delays, not only because of the rush hour on Friday, but also because of the less than ideal driving conditions with the weather. Now, by later on this evening, it is Friday evening, so I know many of you may have plans to be out and about. If you possibly can, maybe rethink those, or at least, as Alita has been mentioning all morning long, have a way to get those alerts directly to you through our ABC 13 app. We can make sure that you get the information you need to keep you and your family safe. So right around midnight, as we get later into the evening hours, you'll want to avoid driving if you possibly can. Expecting the gusty winds, not great for driving. Thunderstorms, and as Alita has also mentioned, for some of you maybe out there, maybe heading out toward the hill country, some hail as well. So really nothing you want to encounter on the roads ever, but especially when it is dark. So there you go, outlined for you your hours you'll want to be prepared to see some slowdowns and delays, and of course all of that being impacted by the weather that we're seeing come through. Alita, I'll send it back to you. I know our viewers here on Facebook Live have been trying to send some questions to you.
Yes.
Lots of questions about this storm and what we can expect as we head into the afternoon and into the evening.
Thank you, Catherine. Yes, a couple of the questions that are coming in are for some specific areas. So I can touch on those specific areas, but kind of give you a broad overview. You know, areas north of I-10 probably going to see some of the worst of it versus those of you closer to the coastline. Now, everybody in that threat for severe weather, so you know, don't let your guard down, even though you know you might be in that lower threshold of severe weather risk. It doesn't mean that you're completely out of the woods yet. So I want to hit on a couple spots that have questions about their area. One of those spots is up toward Houston County, not Harris County, Houston County. So we're talking areas north of I-10, north of Walker County, north of the Huntsville area. So my friends watching us in Crockett, this is an area that we will continue to monitor for some severe thunderstorms. Like Harris County, you are in that enhanced threat for seeing strong to severe thunderstorms, and looking at some of the parameters this morning, some of the soundings, the environment of which this front is going to move through, you can see you're seeing a lot more action, a lot more in the way of heavier rain, the potential for some stronger storms. These little pop-up cells here could be, you know, stronger storms that blossom into severe weather, severe thunderstorms later on this afternoon, versus what we're seeing down along the coastline south of I-10. Those of you in the Galveston area, it may not be as wet for you as we get into the afternoon. So areas west of I-45, especially along the I-35 corridor up toward Dallas, that's where we're going to see more widespread heavy rain and the potential for some strong storms to develop out toward the Brazos Valley. So those of you around San Jacinto, Polk County, You're seeing some action there, but you can kind of see where a lot of that moisture congregates right along that front, or where that front is expected to develop. Now, as we get into the evening hours, those of you along the coastline, be prepared, because that's when we are anticipating that some of this moisture, some of the heavier pockets of rain, and even the possibility of these stronger to severe thunderstorms could be making its way into our area. But again, I think where we see some of the strongest storms, they're going to be developing not too far away from where we're seeing this main line. So our friends in Walker County, Montgomery County, right around 9-10 o'clock this evening, be prepared for maybe some louder rumbles of thunder, more frequent rumbles of thunder, and also paying close attention to any possible watches or warnings that may be being issued as that line gets closer to your area. Something that we talked about early this morning that I want to briefly touch on for those of you that don't have a means to get weather alerts, meaning an app that you've downloaded on your mobile phone. You'll want to do that today, because this is the type of weather system that could bring about some watches or warnings to our area. Now, so far so good. We have not seen any watches or warnings being issued to our area, but that could change, especially as we start to see some of that wet weather, some of those storms start to unfold. So moving through future track one more time, I want to show you Harris County. You're now in the mix of that line of heavy rain and thunderstorms. The most intense part of this system is going to be north of I-10. But that doesn't mean that these cells that pop up right along the front, can't become strong or even severe. That severe weather threat, however, rapidly comes to an end as that front pushes off the coast. So those of you in College Station and Columbus, by 2 o'clock in the morning, you're in the clear for any severe weather potential. Still in that weather potential zone, however, those of you in Chambers County, Beaumont, maybe you're watching, family watching from Lake Charles. I know on the app you can continue to watch our digital stream. That storm system is blowing into the eastern parts of Louisiana as we get into the early morning hours on Saturday, and then Saturday we're looking at improvements. Any more questions, Angel?
Pasadena.
So Pasadena, you have a similar forecast to Houston, where you're looking at this hour-by-hour forecast and thinking, oh, it's not too bad, 30-40% chance. And those are primarily for maybe light to moderate rain showers. But again, you're going to want to be hunkered down in Harris County, Fort Bend County, Missouri County, as we get into the evening hours, as that line continues to push eastward. Of course, we're going to be monitoring that line throughout the afternoon and the evening and giving you frequent updates, again, through Facebook and our social media. So please, if you can, follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I'll be posting frequently and also keeping you abreast to everything that's happening here in the studio and letting you know of any other watches or warnings. Anything else? Porter, New Caney, you're talking about areas north of I-10. If we rewind this, I was showing you that, some of these storms that start to develop ahead of that line may turn severe, especially when you start to see a lot of this activity here popping up ahead of the line that will start forming, I would say, between 6 and 7 o'clock this evening. So just after the sun sets, that line's going to be progressing in your area. So the Lake Livingston area, New Caney, those of you in the northeastern parts of Harris County or of Houston, be prepared of seeing some widely scattered heavy downpours. This is going to be a quick moving system. Right now it's moving. Once it develops, it's going to be moving at about 50 miles per hour. So once it blows out of here, we should see some rapid improvements like you're seeing on Future Track. And that should leave us with a pretty nice weekend ahead. We just need to get through again this evening. So the last bit of information I want to give you is just a quick timeline between now and 3 o'clock this afternoon. You're talking about warm, breezy conditions at time, very gusty with a few rain showers, but most of what we see falling from the sky will be light to moderate. And then as we get into the afternoon, some of those showers could turn a little bit heavier. Some of the stronger storms could even spin up. So we could be dealing with some severe thunderstorms ahead of the main line. And right now that main line should push into our area, our viewing area, between 10 p.m. this evening through 2 o'clock Saturday morning. So please, folks, be prepared. If you have any additional questions, I know a lot of you have your specific area, your specific city, and I get it. hit me up on Facebook. I'll be on there throughout the morning. And then Colin Myers is in today, Chief Forecaster David Tillman, Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog as well, and even Meteorologist Rachel Byers. So it's all hands on deck when we have a system like this, friends, and just stay weather aware. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.